Gold and Silver introduced two new evolutions to the Pokemon universe, Espeon and Umbreon. Umbreon being my favorite Pokemon of all time, a very expensive one, I know. And today we're going to be looking at a competitive Pokemon video with Espeon EX and Umbreon EX and seeing how they function in a game of Pokemon with a deck list. And you guys can like and subscribe for more content like this before the set even comes out, so you have an idea of how you want to approach a new card. And if it looks fun, might as well just check it out, see if it's good. If you don't like it, whatever, go next. Espeon is a stage 1 Terra type 270 Psychic type Pokemon with the attack Psychic, double colorless Psych Out, 160, discard a card from your opponent's hand randomly. Seems pretty good. Honestly, it's a pretty solid attack. 160 is a pretty good number to two-shot many things. Dark type weakness is pretty okay to have right now. And discarding a random card from your opponent's hand seems pretty good as well to get some value off of a play. And then for Psychic, Grass, Dark, you have Amazes. Yeah, I think just Amazes. Devolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon by shuffling their hide stage into their deck. So it's like a TM Devo, but like on crack, because you're basically just like shuffling them back into the deck too. So you're basically just doing heavy disruption. So you can do like a late game Iono to like 2 and then Amazes your opponent and then just put them in a really tough spot. Energy cost is a little bit strange to work with, but we'll look at Umbreon and see how that works as well. So Umbreon doesn't follow the same pattern. These two don't follow the same pattern as the other evolutions where they have the same exact energy cost. Umbreon has a 280 HP Dark type Terra, Moon Mirage 160 for Dark double colorless and Confused. So not too bad as well. Like again, sets up 2 shots. Confusion isn't the greatest status condition to have right now, but in general, 160 again, better number. Espeon definitely is better off the rip. And then for Lightning, Psychic, Dark, discard all energy in this Pokemon and just take a prize card. Could be a great way to end the game. Seems very unique in what it offers. Both seem very unique in how they play, but I think I'm very intrigued by how the Espeon plays. So without further ado, let's check out the video. The link in the description to this video is also in the comments below. In the description, so check it out. And the Japanese YouTube channel has done a great job of always doing a display match for each of these, which has been always super helpful. So it looks like we're starting, there is a list at the end. So we're starting with the gameplay this time. Charizard on the right, and Eevees on the left. Now, Charizard is probably the biggest deck that will get punished by this Amazes attack, which I'm really excited to see how it works out. We're going to see the 3 cards being drawn from Rotom on turn 1. Pretty great turn 1 from Charizard, low-key. We're going to draw 2 cards here off the rip. If we have the Arven for the Flareon to set up, it's probably like the ideal strategy here. Turn 1, evolve into Flareon, get the ball rolling, get the Poffins, set up for our attackers. Now, that being said, I don't know if we're going to be playing Fire because that's a 4th different type here. Then we're going to do the Leafeon, which I believe also, I think, just gets stuff out of the deck. I don't remember exactly what the Leafeon does. We're going to go ahead. I think it's get 2 energies out of the deck. Attach them to your... 3 energies. Attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. So now we've set up the Psychic Dark requirements and the Lightning on the other. So the Psychic Dark requirements can become the Grass or Lightning, depending on which route you want to take here. Candyzard, Candy Pidgeot. We know this song and dance all too well. No support even required. We're just going to do it because we're just that good, I guess. We're going to go ahead and probably go in with the Espeon here. Actually, I would just go in with Umbreon, actually. I think Umbreon for Confusion is better because Espeon gets one shot here by the Dark type weakness to Charizard. Terra Orb is getting us... Terra Orb is actually probably really good in these decks because you have the ability to basically pick and choose whichever one you want. I mean, you can just amaze this here, actually, low-key, and just waste 2 candies, which also I don't mind. Trumpet for small value. Trumpet in these EV decks makes quite a bit of sense as well. We're going to just go ahead and send the Amazes and shuffle both the Charizard and the Pidgeot back into the deck. Instant Punish. It would be like TM Devoing instantly as a Guardy player, which does make sense. I think the attack does do quite a bit of damage here. Now, however, Candy into Zard once again would be quite crippling because... Oh, no, Sealstone. Sealstone does seem to be either prized or, yeah, I think Sealstone's prized. Or I should draw 3. I was going to say it would be pretty crippling because we don't really have a great answer into what's going on right now. No Charmeleon either, it looks like. So either Charmeleon's prized as well or Candy's prized. Or Sealstone's prized. I'm assuming the Charizard player plays both. We're going to go ahead and do a big slam for 160 and discard a random card off the Iono. Probably... I would always go middle, man. I think it's always middle. Like, middle is always, like, psychologically correct, I think. Especially when they shuffle it up randomly. You just go straight for the middle, go for the heart. Do as much damage as you possibly can. And there's a Chansey. Okay, why is there a Why are we playing a Chansey in here? What is happening? Okay, we're just going to take the prize card. Nope, just kidding. We just have a Chansey in here for fun. What? Until now, I was on board. Now, I'm really confused. We're going to go ahead and get the Charmanders up and running again. We need a Charmeleon pretty desperately, but it looks like the Charmeleon is prized, which makes this all that more difficult because there's only 2 more rare candies left. Luminating here, we're going to probably go ahead and get the Iono once again, spamming it. I mean, Iono 5 isn't really that great, but we're just stopping the instant charge value, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I would have just... I feel like you don't need to like blow a supporter here. I think you just continue with your setup, get another Eevee on board, set up for another Espeon if possible, because you want to use another Amazes potentially, and force them to have the 4th candy. Especially because you don't see Charmeleon. If you saw Charmeleon, this would be way, way worse right now. And I think Charmeleon does get more popular with... Yeah, there we go. There's the middle, and it's a super rod. See? Thank you. It's always go for the middle. When the knockout happens, yes, please promote after before you draw. No other Chansey here. It's always middle. I don't know which one you guys would pick, but I think it's always middle. The problem here is exactly what I'm seeing is the damage output is not super high for this deck. So both the Pheasantipity and the Rotom that are sitting on the board are pretty kind of untouchable. I don't want to say like I want to say like they're like really hard to take down. There is a Charmeleon. Wait, we just didn't get this earlier. We're trolling for fun. All right, it's okay, I guess. We're gonna evolve to the Charmeleon. We're gonna just one shot the Espeon here. I think we just could have done this 2 turns earlier. It's all good. We're gonna throw up the Umbreon now. We're gonna go for the Confusion. I think for sure is the play. We need to. We have our own Fez. It definitely makes sense to me. We need to figure out how we're taking these last couple prize cards because we don't do the most damage. Like taking out the Charmeleon, it's fine, but okay, we're gonna add a 3. We're tied on prizes. Defiance Belt's not active. There's no Dusknoir, it seems like. We're gonna Pheasantipity for 3 as well on this side. Poffin, just don't blow the last candy. There is a Duskull on the side. Okay. 270, so we are setting up for the Dusknoir play. Charizard does just seem to be a good deck, and this deck does not seem to be that great, but I think the evolutions are more for fun anyway in collectors. I think they're unique, interesting. We're going to V-Star, probably get another Glass Trumpet out of the deck. Glass Trumpet, go to the Espeon, and just do one last Hail Mary play. We did have... Oh, we had the Crystal like half the game in our hand. I completely forgot about that. Iono to 3. Either Iono to 3 Confuse makes sense here, or Iono to 3 just Devolve seems also fine. We do have a Chansey. It's a big attacker. It doesn't do a ton of damage unless we have a modifier here. We're just going to Devolve and say that both rods are gone. Charmeleon's gone. You have 1 candy remaining. It's a war of attrition. If this deck played cards like Airy and stuff, I think it makes a lot more sense because you could, rather than playing both the Umbreon and the Espeon, you could choose to go for like more Airy control route and basically just target evolution decks specifically and then have some other psychic type attacker. Like maybe you play something like this in Dragapult. So you have like a Dragapult to Espeon deck. We're just going to boss with the Charmander, and like this should be Sayonara because, well, this poor Charmander player just never went for the Charmeleon early, and then it just, we didn't go, that's just, it's always middle. You always go middle. There goes the Charizard. That's probably like one of the least of the worries. But there's not too much else to do here, I think. Like, you can draw a million cards if you want, but there's only access to like 1 or 2 Charmanders remaining. We know that we didn't rod back any of them, so I think we should be probably out unless there's Thornton. This is actually kind of funny, low-key. We're going to pop the thing, take 2. Energy plus Boss's Orders does win us the game now. So if we have exactly that, there's a Seal Stun off the prize cards. We take it. Come on, this is so funny if we just have game. Yeah, okay. We just lose to the Radzard. That's so funny. It's just, like, I think my initial thoughts are like this video is obviously meant to show that Espeon and Umbreon are both playable. I think Umbreon is completely unplayable now after watching the video, but I think Espeon actually is pretty playable if you just play like some sort of like control-esque strategy with it. Like you could put Espeon as an attacker into a control deck, for example. I think both energy requirements are a little bit weird, so you could play like some sort of like for example, attacking walls could make use of this to some capacity. You could play like a control-esque list, but your A-spec not being Cape and rather being this could be pretty interesting. That being said, I think Cape is just way too powerful to not play in a general sense. But I think the whole Chansey line is also just not, doesn't make any sense to me. Like I just don't get it. Let's just play something else in that slot. That's 5 slots. We can do anything else with. But yeah, this is unique. I like Espeon as a card. I think it's really unique and good. Umbreon, however, I think unfortunately is unplayable. That is my boy. I do feel for him. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. We'll be back for the remaining evolutions soon.